I'm driving to a different place here with a little river, and I never shot that in winter conditions, so I'm hoping on a lot of snow and then the dark water flowing through it. Hopefully that will create some something else than that I've never photographed before. So yeah, it's about 20 minutes drive, and then hopefully I can take some images there, but yeah, who knows. So let's hope that this day is gonna feel like it's being worth driving 2 hours for. So I found the first image here at the river. If you look at those two trees over here, you can already see that light in the background. But these trees here, the trunks on the bottom, they are really nicely covered with snow. So I've got the 8-25 wide angle on the camera right now, and I'm using it in portrait position so I can use these roots to lead to this tree, and then I have the other one on the left. I'm not quite sure about this dark path in the mid-ground, but somehow this dark path leads to where the light is, and I'm positioning the sun exactly behind that tree that's behind all these other trees here. So the sun isn't getting too much control over my image, and I'm shooting it at f20 or f18, something like that, so the sun will become a bit of a sun star. Now, I don't really like those shots normally, but in this case I think it's pretty nice. So let me show you the composition on the back of the camera. So there's too much reflection on the screen, so I can't show you on the back of the camera, unfortunately. But this, what you're seeing right next to me, is actually the shot that I'm taking. And you can see that the sun is now coming from behind that tree. So there's a little bit of flare coming in that left top corner, which I want to avoid by putting the sun behind the tree. So every few seconds I have to move the camera and move the camera and move the camera to take this shot. But I think a first shot here, pretty nice. So this is the shot. So I've walked along this river longer than I have ever done before, so it's quite a long river, and I usually only come to the first kilometer or something like that, but I just wandered off much further and further, and if you look behind me, there's more snow on the trees here than in the beginning, so really nice. And at one point I found this location here, and the camera is a little bit sketchy located here on the rocks. But you see in this foreground you have a couple of really nice big boulders pointing into my image. And then there's this water flowing down. It just looks really nice. The only thing I have to be careful for with the 8mm, because I'm shooting pretty wide open now. I think it's 10mm f. Yeah, I'm trying it at f8 at the moment. But I'm gonna take a normal shot and a long exposure to see how it looks. I'm not quite sure if I want the milky water, but it does lack a bit of a subject. So I think it's a nice shot, but I'm missing the subject here. So let me try to show you. You see, this is my composition. I have these rocks here covered in snow in my foreground. Then the water coming from the top leading towards the bottom section over here. And then there's this beautiful snow-covered top side there. It just looks really nice. But as you can see, the tripod is positioned really sketchy, so I have to be very careful here. So I'm taking another long exposure here, about 25 seconds, using the live ND filter. And then hopefully this will work out, even without the subject. I thought about standing in there myself, you know, with a bright orange jacket, but I'm not quite sure if that will benefit the scene anyway, so I'm not gonna do it. With all those sketchy rocks down here, if I slip down, I think it's not worth it. So no shot is worth getting injured for. So that's the rule that I always have. So yeah, this is it. So let me know what you think of this image in the comments. So I hope you can see that there is some beautiful light over here on the opposite slope on the other side of the river. But down here you have two paths leading in that direction, and then you have this trunk in the middle with the light on top there, and it actually looks really nice. So let me try to show you the composition here. So I think it will be something like this. Maybe a bit more to this side. You see, I'm including that path, two paths leading to the back, the river leading to the back, and then that section on top there with that light on the snow on the slope there. And I think it works. So I just took a couple of images, and these are the shots. But this shot didn't work out very well. It's way too busy. And it's funny because I thought this was a great shot, and the next few shots that you're going to see, I didn't even film because they didn't work out for me on location, but they did work out in the end. So I hope you can see it in the bottom section over here. Normally I try to exclude this bubbles in the water. I don't really like them. But right here, there's something really magical happening. You know, you got this bubbles, but in the bubbles you got these big round patches of all these bubbles together. So it looks really, really nice, and you can really use this as a leading line towards that back there. And I'm just gonna try to find a shot here. Hopefully it works, but it's gonna be all about these bubbles in the bottom. That's what I want my subject to be. So I don't want a long exposure. I just want bubbles. I think that works really nice. So I have to be careful because everything is frozen here, and before I know it I'm flat on my back here. But I think it's definitely worth giving it a go. So yeah, this is the shot. So what I'm also going to try with these white bubbles, and what actually is happening, I think, is that these bubbles are frozen foam together. So because it's so cold, the foam freezes together, and those are those big circles that are going in between. But they make a really nice photograph, and I think I like quite a fast shutter speed the best, that you can really see those things and you can use them as a line in the image. But I'm also going to take a 60-second or 50-second long exposure that you can see all these circles going down here in the bottom. And I think that's really nice. I don't do much of those shots, but in a scene like this it actually looks really, really nice. So let me show you the back of the camera here. Just imagine that all those bubbles start going around with a very long exposure, and then you get something like this. You see a big white circle in the bottom. And once again, I don't know for sure if this is the best shot. I probably prefer the other one, but I do want to show you the opportunities. And I'm taking this with the Live ND filter in the camera. So I've put the Live ND on, ND 128, the ISO to ISO 80 and f6.3, and then I get a 50-second timer creating these beautiful circles here in the water. So let me know, what do you prefer, the long exposure or the one with the razor sharp bubbles in the foreground? Let me know in the comments. So with that last image, I'm going to end today's video. It started out quite bad with a bit of a frustrating feeling for me that I missed sunrise. But after all, walking along this river much further than I have ever done, I found some really, really nice compositions that I'm absolutely happy with. So I hope you enjoyed this video and the little tips and tricks that I try to show. Sometimes it's not as much as I would want to, but that's the whole point of this video, is just sharing what I know with you. And mostly I'm trying to share my creative ideas, my eye for compositions, something like that. So I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget, please push that subscribe button underneath this video and the thumbs up button. Leave a comment, it massively helps the channel to grow. And it's already grown much bigger than I ever anticipated. So yeah, I'm really enjoying every second of it. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. No idea where that's going to be, but I will enjoy making it as much as this one. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.